Hello, Klaus here, and welcome back to yet another video here at the channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to composite in AI-generated images into your film like this right here. Here is to create the alien shooting target in the background and the box and stuff like that. And I composite that into my film. And in this video, I'm going to show you the technique I used for making a shot like this. And this is a free technique you can use in your videos or movies to make them a little more spicy or to up the production value. So I'll show you the workflow I used to create this little shot inside of DaVinci Resolve and with Chat GPT, and how I did composite that together. So without further ado, let's just jump right to the video.
Okay, so here we are in DaVinci Resolve and let's just get started. So first up, what we need to do is we need to have our shot. And one thing to note about this is that your shot needs to have grade on. If you're shooting in a flat look, AI are going to have some troubles by fitting every. So first off, we're going to start with our image. We're going to give it a grade, and then we need to have a photo. And in DaVinci Resolve, we can actually go up here, File, and we can go down to export, and we can just export current frame as a still. Click that and export that into your computer and open up Chat GPT and add the photo and write our prompt. And I did write a pretty good prompt, I think, but the results were very different and I got different results, I must say. And at some point I just realized that it was not going to do what I actually wanted it to do. So instead, I figured I would just composite my original shot together and image together. And that's what we're going to do. So this is the shot I ended up with. Here I did like the alien the most. So that is what I wanted. There is different ways we could do this. I'm going to, first off, I'm going to put this clip on top of everything. And I'm just going to make it fit my clip. And as you see, this isn't me. I look different than on the original. If I just push D on the top layer here, you can see it doesn't matter because I just need the alien. In the original shot, I also did a box and put that here on the ground. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to do that, but the same steps I did. So there are multiple ways we could do this effect. One of them would magic mask if you're on the studio version. However, there is a lot of people still using the free version. So I'm just going to show you how you could do that in free version. So I'm going to take the clip here and I'll go into the color tab. I'll simply go over to the mask and I'm going to take a curves mask. I'm going to zoom out just a bit here. And I'm just going to very quickly do a basic mask here. We'll do it as fast as possible, but sometimes it takes a little while. Again, it doesn't have to be super precise either because nobody knows how this alien looks anyway. It's only you who has seen the original image, so I figured you could get away with doing a pretty decent masking job, but it doesn't have to be too perfect though. So again, it's a bit of a tedious job, and of course I could have done this faster using Magic Mask, but sometimes you don't have to figure, or you have to deal with other issues when using Magic Mask. Sometimes you move your footage around and you have to do the mask one more time. So now I've done a mask and I think I'm just going to do some basic corrections here pretty fast. It doesn't really have to be that perfect either. So let's say this is what we want. So I'm going to right click over here and I'm going to add an alpha out. That just means I'm going to take my mask and put that on top of everything like so. And then I'll just go back to the editing tab and I need to reposition this. So I'm going to make this way smaller, maybe something like that. Maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe we want it to be something like here. So now we basically have added in the alien. The only thing we have to be a little aware of is that, for instance, when I'm moving the gun, I'm not covering over my alien. Otherwise, we would need to mask out me as well. But for this simple shot, we don't really have to. But we can do a little better. We can actually do a little thing. There's a little trick to sell the effect a little better. So I'm going to move my clip one frame up. And I'm going to go into my effects, and I'll go into my generators. I'm going to take a solid color, and I'm going to put that underneath. And then I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to do a new compound. I'm going to call that shadow. Okay, so now I've just done a compound clip into a clip that I can actually work with in the color page. So the way I would do this would just to go into the color. I'm going to take my compound clip here. I'm just going to add in a circular mask like so. And then I'm just going to put in an alpha out, and I'm going to put this on top of everything like that. And then I can move this like I want to, put it where I want to, make it the exact size that I want to. I don't want it to be very big. I just want to, add in a little bit of shadow. So we can see that the shadow is cast that way. So that means the light is from the behind of the subject here. So something like this would maybe work. And then I can soften out this just by dragging in this dot if I want it to be, feathering it a bit. So let's just jump back to the edit page. And now it's, of course, too visible. So I can select that shadow, and I can go into the composite mode. And in the opacity, I can just dial that down to what I think looks good. So I would think something like that. So that is, basically how we could composite AI generated images into our shot. Pretty fast, pretty easy. There is one thing actually that could help sell the effect just a little bit better. So let's just do the last thing, actually. That's a cool little trick. So I'll go up to the effects. And in the effects, I'll go into Resolve Effects. I'll go up to the effects. And I'm going to take a adjustment clip, and I'm going to put that on top of everything, and I'm going to make it fit. I'm going to select the adjustment clip, and then I will simply just go into the position, and let's say I want kind of a little movement here. So I'm going to put in a keyframe at the beginning, and I'm going to the end here, and then I'm just going to put this like so. Something like that. So now we have a little bit of a camera movement. Of course, now you can see the black bars are making it look very, very strange. There's two ways to fix that issue. One way would be to jump into Duke Denver Films store and pick up the aspect ratio pack. The other one would be just to use something as simple as output blanking. And I'm going to make this 240. So I'm going to get these black bars on my clip here. So now we have a little bit of movement to sell the effect. If you want, you can see the final film right up here in the top corner. Otherwise, I hope you found this little video useful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share it with your friends if you think it would help them out. And if you want to be notified every time there's another video here at the channel, please hit that bell icon down in the corner. Until next time, keep filming, keep learning, and keep sharing.